Good day, I'm Tamara McHale and this is your JIS news for Monday, April 25. Government will be moving hastily to introduce significantly stricter licensing conditions for all players in the petroleum sector. The new conditions would apply to importers, bulk distributors, retailers, haulage contractors and drivers. It's one of the recommendations from the Petroleum Trade Reform Committee, which investigated last year's reports of contaminated gasoline being sold to the public. The committee recently presented its final report on the matter to Energy Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley, who has expressed disappointment with the inability to identify a specific source of the gasoline contamination. He has, however, accepted the group's recommendations, which also include the re-establishment of a fully staffed petroleum inspectorate to regulate, oversee, monitor and evaluate the sector. Minister Wheatley says government will also be acting on the recommendation of increased fines for breaching the Petroleum Quality Control Act, as well as to amend the legislation to strengthen the stewardship requirements for importing and distributing petroleum products. It is also proposed to test each shipment of gasoline imported into Jamaica to ensure conformance with Schedule 2 of the Act. Work is progressing smoothly on the conversion of the Jamaica Public Service Company JPS Bo Plant in St. James. The $2.5 billion project is part of the government's 381-megawatt project to reduce the country's energy bill. Energy Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley toured the plant on April 21 and was advised that it was on schedule for completion by the second quarter of this year. JPS's Chief Executive Officer Kelly Tomlin revealed that the gas turbine conversion was complete, while the gas pipeline construction and gas turbine conversion were close to completion.
So it is happening, and what I'm excited about, when that terminal is finished, it will not only serve us, it'll be serving some Barbados load. So we're excited about that. It's really the first hub thing I think that we're going to be doing here with our energy market.
The JPS Bo Power Plant will operate as a dual facility for automotive diesel oil and liquefied natural gas (LNG). Government will be implementing a project to enhance Jamaica's resilience to disaster and climate risk. $40 million has been allocated in this year's budget to the Jamaica Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project. It's being funded through the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. The project, which is being implemented by the Office of the Prime Minister, is slated to run from April 2016 to February 2020. The work will include the upgrade of equipment and facilities to strengthen the seismic monitoring network. The National Risk Information Platform and a Coastal Risk Atlas will also be established, while a training program will be done to support the implementation of the National Building Code. National and subnational bridges and urban drainage are also to be retrofitted or constructed over the duration of the project, and coastal protection measures will be implemented. A pilot parenting intervention will be implemented this fiscal year for PATH families with children ages 2 to 6 years old. It's one of the targets for government's Integrated Social Protection and Labor Program, which got underway in December 2012 and is expected to conclude this December. $243 million is budgeted for this year's work, which is being implemented by the Ministry of Labor and Social Security and funded by the Inter-American Development Bank. The allocation will also facilitate completion of construction works at the Early Stimulation Program location at Hanover Street in Kingston and the Stimulation Plus Early Childhood Development Center in Rockfort East, Kingston. The Electronic Labor Exchange and the School Feeding Program will also be strengthened, while the School Feeding Policy and Operations Manual will be modernized. The overall project aims to support the government's efforts to improve human capital and labor market outcomes of the poor by enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness of key social protection programs. Government and the opposition have joined hands to relaunch a national campaign to promote positive values in the society. This was disclosed last Wednesday during a meeting convened by Education Minister Senator Ruel Reid with a cross-section of stakeholders, including the opposition spokesperson on education, Reverend Ronald Thwaites. Minister Reid said the campaign would be centered on the core values contained in the Vision 2030 Jamaica National Development Plan.
Ultimately, this is our country. Out of this engagement, we obviously need role models for our children in our school and community. We need our school leaders and teachers to be role models. We need to reward positive behavior in our school.
The Values campaign will also be advocating for the removal of lewd music from public transportation and commuter centers, and the appointment of values and attitude champions in schools and other organizations. A national summit will be held before the official launch. And finally, this year's staging of the Jamaica Product Exchange, JPEX, will be bringing in new buyers, particularly from Eastern Europe and Latin America, as organizers seek to showcase and market destination Jamaica. President of the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, Nicola Madden-Gregg, says the annual tourism trade show will also focus on reconnecting with long-established buyers.
We will spare no effort in promoting the development of our industry to ensure that Jamaica continues to maintain, as I said before, our competitive and comparative advantage.
JPEX is organized by the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association in partnership with the Jamaica Tourist Board. It's being held this year from April 29 to May 1 at the Montego Bay Conference Center. Special features will include scheduled business appointments and a variety of social activities, as well as industry seminars covering topical subjects. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Tamara McHale. Thanks for watching.